It's live. It's Sunday, November 9th, 11:49 p.m. Basically cold today, first day of winter. 30s for a high, 20s for a low. Heater's been going on all night, all day, and making some weird noise this morning, but weird noise kind of went away. I don't know. Supposed to get tuned up in a week or two. The winter tune up. Chiefs didn't play bye week. They play Denver next week. Buffalo Bills beat the Chiefs last week in Buffalo, and Miami Dolphins, who only had 2 wins, beat Buffalo and Miami. So one of the best teams lost to one of the worst teams. We just beat the Chiefs. So, really anybody can beat anybody this NFL season. I saw tonight the government shut down. The Senate has approved the first stage of the bill to end the government shutdown. I guess that's good news because airlines are saying that they're going to slow down to a trickle with the air traffic controllers not working or whatever. They're going to quit flying planes. Yeah, so going short on airlines might be a good trade in the stock market. I'm betting they're going to go down. Look at seasonal trends. I mean, holiday season is obviously one of the busiest times for airlines. But maybe the government shutdown will be solved and they'll be back to working here this week. I don't know. Trump has said he's going to give every American, at least a $2,000 dividend from all the tariffs he's imposed, except for very wealthy Americans. They won't get the tariffs. The dividend, I guess they don't need it, But most Americans will get at least $2,000 dividend, I said. And of course, day trading, 3 trades. I don't know, I was reading it might be changed by the end of this year. Well, the end of this year is right now. I mean, we got a month, 2/3 of November and the entire month of December. So if they end that day trading rule from 25,000 to 2,000, I would really like that. I think I'll be set free for the rest of my life as long as I live. I had to get my headlight changed. That was like headlight and oil change was what, $1,650. A guy who does handiwork here rents from me now says he could fix it. We go to Napa and O'Reilly. They want $750 to $1,000, $1,500 for the headlight, and they're not mechanics. They don't install them. This guy said he could do it. He said maybe he can get a headlight in the aftermarket for $250 to go down to KCK, find one a wholesaler for $250 or something. And I was like, well, I don't got time to mess with it. I got a ticket. I got to get fixed, or I can't drive the car, and the cops are going to give me a ticket and fine me, whatever. So I paid the dealer, and it was expensive. And then I'm at the dealer. This guy goes, yell at this guy. Yell at the guy behind the counter. This guy worked him back. The mechanic, his hands were dirty. It's like, what? I said, give me $1 million. I'll yell at him. Then I'll say, this whole thing's his idea. Here's 100,000. I keep 900,000. I said, look, why don't you pay me $1,600 to drive you home? I used to be a Uber driver. Why do you want me to yell at this guy behind the counter? I don't know. I'm a customer. I'm not paid to yell at him. I'm not the boss. I'm not paid to yell at the guy. And, whatever. Went out first Friday. I went down to the levee on Friday. Leave music on. And I took the tram for the first time, I guess. I don't know if I've been on it before or not. It was running down south there to the plaza in UMKC since October 24th, so I took it down to Union Station and went to First Fridays. Left my car there. It's hard to park downtown. Last October First Fridays, I was going to do that, but I guess the tram wasn't going that far south. It wasn't going past Union Station south. And so went down there and tried to park, and it was no place to park. They had the Pink Pony Club concert party going on at Memorial. So, I mean, there was literally no place to park. I was like, fuck this shit. So I didn't go to it last month. And this may be the only time I've gone this entire year. I don't know. It was nice weather. There wasn't a whole lot going on down there. I went to one of the big, taller buildings I usually used to go to. They were still open. And, they got 4 or 5 levels of artists, basement, and then upstairs, 3, 4, I don't know. And this one guy, I said, your work, it kind of looks like Picasso. And he goes, yeah, it's not as expensive as Picasso. I said, well, I've got a website, Kansas City Art Traders, and I got stuff for $1 billion, but I'll give you half price if you say you saw me at the First Fridays here. And I said, some of the crap I see looks like just ghetto fucking graffiti bullshit that gets 100 million, billion. It's unbelievable. And the guy goes, yeah, that's what she says. She sees, there's like 4 of them, a guy and his wife and another guy or 2. I don't know. I was like, look, my stuff's $1 billion and I'll give you half price, 2 for 1. You guys want? Well, one of them looked up my website and goes, I said, yeah, it's me. Yeah, kind of a little conversation, and then I went by the bar. Yeah, old Polly's husband owns. She was standing outside in front of it when I was walking up. I had to go to the bathroom, what it was, and I don't drink, but she said, "Well, I'm on the phone. I'll talk to you when I get done here." I said, "Okay, I gotta go to the restroom." Then I left. She was still on the phone, and I was like, "Well, I just, how are you doing? I'm not gonna bother you if you're on the phone. I just literally was down here First Fridays, and I had to go to the bathroom. And, this was, I came in here, cool play, cool bar, business, speakeasy, whatever you want to call it. Then, of course, I went to Barley's after that. They had Christmas decorations going out the wazoo already. I went to Union Station. They had Christmas decorations going. Barley's had Christmas decorations. I went there for a while. And I went back there Saturday night, but the band, they were just playing instrumentals. I guess the girl that was a singer wasn't there, so it wasn't like the people were dancing and doing anything. It was like they were sitting at a concert. And those guys are good musicians, playing the violin and playing the bass, acoustic bass, orchestra type. Their song, you could recognize the music, but there weren't any vocals. There wasn't any. I left after a half hour, an hour. I thought, well, I went to the other bar. They were playing dance music, and saw some of the regular people I see who were out there at Prairie Fire or Barley's. They were over there dancing, some of them. And I don't know. Got pulled today, Sunday. Went to the police station and got my fix a ticket. They okayed it, and so I don't have to pay that ticket. Got that taken care of. So let's go to desk tomorrow. They want to take another X-ray, 3D X-ray of my entire head, skull, for sleep apnea or something. They don't want to fix my teeth until they figure out what the problem is that causes the teeth to wear down and grinding, whatever. And I was like, this tooth right here, I think needs to be pulled. And some of these other teeth are broken and whatever. It's been 2 or 3 years, and everybody, I don't fucking know. I'm supposed to go there tomorrow at noon, 12:30, whatever. So, what else is going on? I made my steak soup, and one guy says, "Oh, this is great. Give me the recipe." I said, "Well, there really is no recipe. I just throw cans of vegetables in there, tomatoes, corn, beans, mixed vegetables, black beans, tomato soup, chicken broth, salt and pepper, cayenne pepper, celery, carrots, garlic, onions, ground beef, brown the ground beef in a little, brown it in little chunks, everything, and put it in there. I was like, there's no set recipe. It's just kind of like whatever I got, veggies and hamburger meat, and cook it and mix it all together, and yeah, it tastes good. I like it. I liked it. And they were like, yeah, wow, this guy's, I don't know. I can't believe anything this guy says. He's so sometimes I can't fucking figure him out. Can't figure out anything. So you guys, like one time this, one time that. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. What the fuck anybody's doing. But Merrill Lynch, you owe me $1 trillion for the trespassing charge. You owe me $1 billion a week for every week of paycheck. For every week's kindergarten diploma for saying my degrees don't matter and then throwing me in jail for trespassing. Let me reiterate, this is never going to be acceptable. Nobody's above the law. Nobody should get away with this shit, but you've gotten away with it since about 1987 or 8. Not acceptable. It just means the police and courthouse are all a bunch of punks collaborating to do this bullshit, and that's not acceptable. Started at Purdue with the Wilburs, not acceptable. Oklahoma State, bullshit in high school, bullshit, grade point. See, it's all not acceptable. And y'all owe me $1 trillion for the bullshit and disrespect, Nazi mafia bullshit. And the murder of my real dad. Who the fuck was a lunatic living his life after college? And perhaps sometimes I think it started in high school. When I was working at Woolworths, shit started, just bullshit started. Gossip and murders, and then him saying shit that I don't know. I mean, I just never can't tell if people are serious, if they're fucking with me or what. But I've really been in jail in handcuffs, so I'm show me the $1 trillion, punks. It's not acceptable. Your Nazi mafia disrespect needs to be known by the entire country. The entire country needs to watch you pay for what you've done. And they start that day trading requirement down to 2,000 instead of 25,000. Yeah, I'll start fucking living the high life pretty quick, I'm sure. When I was getting on some day trades a week or two ago, and I let Amazon last week go over the weekend, and it went the opposite way with a deal. I guess if I would have held it till Friday, I would have made money Thursday or Friday, because Amazon did go back down after this deal was announced. But all these AI stocks, are in general too high. Stock market did go down some last week. And I guess the S&P looks the charts will at least rebound one day, go back up. I'm with this news that the government shutdown might get solved here pretty soon. So with these AI stocks, every time they drop a little bit, it doesn't last that long. They go back up. Some news deal or something or whatever. In general, they are too high. I was reading an article about Warren Buffett. His he's about to retire from Berkshire Hathaway. At the end of this year, he's finished working as the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. And right now, Berkshire Hathaway has tons of cash. They're not buying stocks, companies. And what they're doing is sell high prices. Buy low, sell high. That's typical Warren Buffett strategy. Well, everything's pretty high. So right now, this is a trader's market of buy high, sell higher. And when you're dealing with as much money as he is, you're buying whole companies, or a lot of when he buys stock in a company, he can change the price. I guess he's got special deals with these Wall Street guys to not make it so they don't disrupt the market too much. But when you're dealing with that much buys and sells, you can disrupt the market really quickly. But he's sitting on a big pile of cash, Berkshire Hathaway. He's selling stock, not buying new stock. His Buffett indicator of stock valuation, GDP or something, is at all-time high. I mean, the stock market's high, and it hasn't really had a correction. It's gone down 1 or 2% last week. Some indicators look like more volatility will happen, but it's not a free fall stock crash. Not yet. Could happen. Probably will. The AI stocks, the market breadth is just that some of these AI stocks are going to the stratosphere, semiconductor stocks. And every time they drop a little bit, they rebound and go a little bit higher. Will it happen this time, or will they fall down and get, reversion to the mean, whatever you want to call it? It's hard to tell right now. There's always some news pumping things back up. Some news will bring them down, some news will bring them up. Traders market, day traders market, cherry pickers, whatever. It don't matter. It's money. Money's money. And all that matters is how I get money. Based on everything since I was 16, every experience, everything I've tried to do, been disrespected on, everything I've done, I've learned a lesson. So, the efficient market theory, you can stick it up your ass. Day trading, well, right now, you really do. You really do have to day trade because overnight trades lately, some of them have gone my way, but some of them have killed me. But when you can only do 3 day trades every 5 trading days, you take that risk unless you just don't trade at all, which maybe I should not trade at all, but sometimes I'm just, I got money, I got to do something with it. I got to do something. I don't have extra money to live lifestyles that are rich and famous like I'm supposed to. I'm not making. Elon Musk just got $1 trillion job contract for Tesla. I guess the Swedish or Norway government foreign sovereignty fund was against it, and they own a fair amount of Tesla percent of the company, but he was okay. His $1 trillion job contract, he had to meet specific criteria by making and selling so many Teslas. They said the news said that should be relatively easy. The other thing was humanoid robots and something else that would be a challenge, perhaps. So the $1 trillion paycheck is not his today. He has to earn it. He has to meet certain goals with the company and whatever to get it. Just like he got his $1 billion paycheck or whatever that they were arguing over. They shouldn't get that much. I guess they finally decided that the board of directors, those individuals at that time, gave him that contract. He met the objectives, so he should get paid. And of course, that's a giant expense to the company, and maximizing stock owner value. People are gonna say that's too much expense, But in reality, I think in reality, you got agreements. Everything's based on agreements. He had an agreement. If you start just saying these agreements don't matter and we're not going to honor them, motivation 101, everybody going to say, who fucking cares? Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Now, that guy's so fucking rich, he don't need that fucking money. And he's just, I don't know what he does it for. Seems like I read one time he had a mechanical engineering degree and an MBA from Pennsylvania Wharton School. But then I looked him up, his education, the day after his contract, and it says he has like a econ degree and a physics degree from Pennsylvania. Not a master's, 2 bachelors, a bachelor's in econ, bachelor's in physics. I was like, these guys, they're so fucking rich. Their background education is a mystery because different things report different things. Different Wikipedia now or a Wall Street Journal with T. Boone Pickens said he had a mechanical engineering degree from Oklahoma State, and then he had a petroleum degree, maybe, and then a geology degree. Back when he was doing hostile takeovers, when I was going to Purdue and other shit. Who the fuck knows? All this stuff is questionable. No credibility, no precise credibility. So he was in there, and then the guy who started PayPal with Elon Musk, he started this Affirm company. They had a stock earnings report Friday or something. He was on CNBC, and he started PayPal with Elon Musk, and he's started a couple of companies now, Affirm, and I've used this Affirm to, buy now, pay later. It's like you make monthly payments to buy stuff at Walmart or something on the internet, and I've used it, all these financial companies, a different angle to financing stuff. Those are constant, everyday cash flow deals that people use every 24/7 on the internet. Like I went to the mall and it was pretty crowded. Went to the mall to walk today for exercise. It was cold outside. I didn't walk outside. Oak Park Mall. It was pretty full of people. Like Black Friday. This is the busiest time of the year for the mall. 90% of the revenue for the company profits are between, November and December for the year. Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, is traditionally when old time retailers started making money. It's not like the grocery store where the people go to the grocery store and buy food every day of the week. Retailers, stores in the mall, they make most of their money here in this next 2 months. So it's a different ball game. It's all, you want to call it all retailing, but it's all just a different sort of ball game. So ball game is at Merrill Lynch. One share owns it. Any owner gets 100% legal respect. Precedent established in 1978 when I was 16. You owe me $1 trillion for that disrespect. You're no different than everybody else. My degrees, you say it don't matter. You owe me $1 billion a week, a paycheck for every week since kindergarten diploma because your punk had it from the kindergarten equivalents. State of Kansas backs it up. The securities office of Topeka backs it up. The police courthouse backs it up. They're all fucking punks. They all need to flunk off the planet. Be removed, never empowered to judge and disrespect like they've done with their Nazi mafia, murder, identity theft, look-alike, bullshit, punk ass fucking competition they want to call it. They got to answer to this shit forever until I get it. And the nation needs to know what these punks do.